Hello, everybody. Rumors are abound that Netflix are not renewing the contract in 2025 for the Harkles. Apparently, even the Polo documentary that Harry's done isn't going to get the airing. And Megsy's wholesome lifestyle, I want to be Martha Stewart gig, but beige, is also going down the pan. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at a few things. We're going to look at Netflix's energy with the Harkles. We're going to use a Celtic cross spread. Then I'm going to pull some cards out to see what the working relationship is like with the Harkles. And then I'm going to look at Megsy's energy with Netflix and Harry's energy with Netflix and pull some other cards using different oracle systems for them as well. But we're going to do it's going to be a lot of cards today because I want to get to the bottom of this. I don't know about you. So I do work in layers. So it really comes together towards the end. We really can see where this direction of travel is going to go. Let us have a look how Netflix are feeling about this. But if you're new here, please subscribe, like, share my content about it. It really helps my channel. I appreciate you guys being here. I always do. It's nice to not just sit and talk to nobody on the internet. So thanks, guys. Let's have a look-see and see how Netflix are getting on with the Harkles. Oh dear. What are the plans? What is going on in the Harkle world? The Five of Cups is in reverse. Oh, they've got regrets. They've got regrets. It's been a difficult working relationship. I think from Netflix's point of view, the interaction doesn't necessarily, the difficulties with, I feel, staff, because we've got emotions there, and the way staff interact with them aren't necessarily worth the payday. That's the starting option of it. It's dissatisfaction as well, potentially, with the output. We'll see what's crossing over. There is the Page of Cups as well. The Page of Cups is in reverse. Both of these cards are in reverse. So there is a lot of, weirdly enough, there's a lot of emotional turmoil that has gone on that has potentially coloured how Netflix view dealing with the Harkles. The Knight of Wands is in reverse. There's frustration, there's a lack of creativity, there's blockages. I feel like, I'm sure Ari Emanuel's a Sagittarius and he's with WME, and he was meant to be getting, I don't know if he would be involved retrospectively in the Netflix work and stuff, but there's frustration there from a fire sign man. Or potentially it could just mean that, of course, there is this energy where everything is just blocked. The things are not as creative. Things haven't boomed as well as Netflix would have liked. Let's see what's underneath the situation. There's the Five of Wands. There's unnecessary drama and squabbling. There's a clash of creative ideas. There's disruption and upset, which shouldn't necessarily be there. I feel like Netflix are used to working with divas and things like that, but I feel like they have bitten off more than they can chew with the Harkles here. The Three of Swords is in reverse. There's a level of disappointment. There's a level of hurt. There's a lot of bad behavior indicators here. A lot of bad behavior indicators. People have been too hammy, too indulgent, performative fighting, being frustrating for frustrating's sake, being immature, not looking like creative. It's not the creative endeavor. They are not the muses. Netflix are giving the vibe that these people are not the muses that they thought they were going to be. Now, when I read previously on the Netflix contract, and I've predicted the Netflix contract back in 2019, by the way, when I've read previously on it, I've actually seen a split, but I didn't see the split till 2024, 2025, and it looks like it is coming. They are very frustrated. I think they're very disappointed, and there's been a lot of unnecessary, unproductive drama. And it's small things, it's petty things. It's kind of like going in and critical of everything. Let's have a look and see what's leaving up. 10 of Wands is in reverse. They are going to be unburdened by what has been, as Kamala Harris would say. There's a relief coming up. There's an exit point. There's something where they won't have to carry this burden much longer. What is on their mind is Leo in reverse, the Strength card in reverse. Now, this can indicate a fire sign lady, specifically a Leo. Meghan Markle is a Leo. Meghan Markle has been allegedly the absolute nightmare in all of this. What's surrounding them is a 9 of Swords. There has been drama, stress, demands, sleepless nights, people running around after these two, trying to make every accommodation for them, but they're just nitpicking and like helicopter managing. Like, they're looking at everything, and if a word in the email's slightly off, or they'll take it the wrong way, like everything gets taken out of context and blown up, especially with the 5 of Wands in reverse and the Knight of Wands in reverse above. It is a difficult situation for sure. They are hard work. I would imagine it's like it's cross between Mariah Carey and Mummy Dearest. But no self-awareness. Let's see what they want. They wanted something creative. They wanted new projects. They wanted something to come on in and really kind of, what they were hoping for out of all of this was this kind of youth element, these rebellious ex-royals coming out to tell their story. They thought there'd be some very interesting characters and really capture the imagination. What's the overall outcome? Is the 7 of Wands. I feel like Netflix are going to have to defend some of the last of the output that the Harkles do. There is a relief for them. I do see them going away, but like the Harkles leaving Netflix, but they are going to have to be defensive of some of the projects and some of the reasoning. They've done different projects with the Harkles coming up with the 7 of Wands leaving the situation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Roast Iconic, and I'm going to see what Netflix's experience of Meghan has been like. One card. Yeah. She's bringing it in with the jealousy card. She's bringing in a lot of criticism and a lot of criticism of other people. She is jealous of anyone who is having more control than her. She's really like this kind of, I don't know if you call it jealous or envy, or, but she's very competitive. And it's kind of an energy what you have when you don't feel like you are good enough, but she hasn't got the self-awareness to work on herself. She just feels like, I will, it's very much like how she does with the Princess of Wales. I will criticize and attack everything that I think I am not, in a sense of the word. And what do we have for what was it working life with Harry? They feel he's just this kind of like almost parasitic, that he just drains energy from the air around them. It's not a good relationship. It's not a good working relationship at all. It's very difficult, I would have said, with those cards. Right, let me have a look at Meghan and Netflix. How does she feel currently about Netflix? Very much like Harry's like some kind of psychic vampire, like a leech. Like Megsy's jealous of everyone. The words that come out of her mouth are from her inner critic attacking everyone else. Let's have a look at Megsy's relationship with Netflix right now. Okay, so she wants them to focus on this kind of wholesome, her childhood. Oh, she's going to go on about that blooming dishwashing soap again, isn't she? Six of Cups. She wants to go. I mean, is she wanting to do a whole documentary about the time she wrote a letter to Procter and Gamble? And the recollections may vary about. I think there was just an article in the Daily Mail the other day about there being discrepancies in the story. So she wants to focus on childhood. I wonder if she's also trying to focus on her invisible children. Recollections may vary how many they are and how they got there. What's crossing over is the Nine of Wands. She wants her boundaries upheld. She feels battered and bruised by Netflix's demands, and she's just like, no, we need to go back and fix the children and do all that kind of stuff. Let's have a look what's above the situation. The Empress in reverse. Okay. And what's underneath the situation? Ace of Wands in reverse. The bottom of Merlin's litter tray is more creative than Megatron. It really is. You have the Empress in reverse, and the Empress is, of course, when it is in the upright, it's a very nurturing, matriarchal figure. And that is kind of like Megsy wants to be like, she wants to be part Stepford wife, part Phoebe from Friends, part some intellect like Jordan Peterson, part a humanitarian like Diana. She wants to be all of these things, and none of these things necessarily gel. Because she's always looking outward, she's never looking inward to do a lot of the work. She's not, the Empress as well isn't very creative when it is in reverse. The Empress, when she's upright, is very creative and very nurturing, very self-nurturing, nurturing to children, nurturing to everyone who was around them. But when it is in reverse, man, there is cold. And she is somehow blaming some of the Netflix output for her image, or lack of Netflix output. She thought that they would do more for some reason there. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse there. She's about, and honestly, this lady is not creative. She's beige on the outside with her clothes. She's beige on the inside as well. The Princess of Wands, the Page of Wands. She thought she was going to bring everything. She thinks she's the creative driving force here. She thinks she's the creative driving force. I feel like she said a lot to Netflix to make them believe she's some kind of like creative genius. My dad was a lighting director. I wrote a letter when I was 11. I was in Suits and all of that kind of stuff. And she's just kind of over-egged the pudding there with that leaving the situation. So they now longer, Netflix now know that she is not some kind of muse. Two of Wands, a door is closing with them. Yeah, I think they're leaving Netflix sooner rather than later. That's a doorway closing. Let's see what's coming up there. Three of Cups. She's quite happy about something. That might be her cooking show. So she's a little level of delusion there. And there's the moon. There's a lot of a level of delusion there. She is, I think she's happy with her output. I think she thinks it's perfect at the minute. And they have caused so much kind of drama and back and forth with them. She's saying it's boundaries and people not listening to her creative ideas. And in fact, she's blaming some of the lack of output from Netflix on her decreasingly poor public image. The moon is here. And the moon is saying to me that there is more to the story and more of the stuff that will come out as well. there's a lot in the subconscious with how we know like Megsy acts, and I think everyone knows that Netflix isn't going too well at all. I think there's a little bit of a celebration because she's got that Martha Stewart beige thing finished, and there we have what she wants from the situation, and she got the Prince of Swords. I do see a doorway closing. I do see Netflix closing the door on them. The Seven of Swords is in reverse, and that to me is I always say this with Harry and Meghan. There's like oppositional defiance disorder there. She is wanting to be defiant. If you say the sky is blue, she's going to argue you down forever, telling you it's pink. She's just contrary. She just wants to be contrary, and it changes what she's being contrary about day by day by day. The Knight of Swords, the Prince of Swords, there is going to be some fast acting news when it comes to this. Very fast acting. She's going to kind of come and rush in and try and get other projects and other things lined up. I do feel like they are on the way out with Netflix, though. Apparently, the Polo documentary isn't going to air. I mean, I don't know who would watch that, apart from a few sugars and somebody falling asleep and letting Netflix autoplay into it. But there we go. Let's have a look at the Polo documentary. Let's have a look at Harry anyway. So how does Harry feel about Netflix? Six of Swords is in reverse. He's not necessarily wanting to move on too quickly. He's a little bit, oh, I don't know what to do next. There is a stuck energy, like he's going to have to move on, but he doesn't necessarily want to move on. We do have the Five of Cups crossing over. So he has, and this was what's crossing over Netflix as well. I feel like he has been doing emotional outbursts as well. He's been very difficult to reason with and understand. He is a prince, so he has been, and I don't think this is a reflection on the royal family. I think Harry is got this energy in him whatever walk of life. He's very entitled, my way or the highway. And I think there has been some upsets there within the Netflix people. Three of Coins not working together. Everything is going a little bit wrong. And the Nine of Swords is in reverse. So he is stressed about it. He is stressed about the deal with Netflix. He is stressed about it all. Things haven't worked out how he would plan. He wanted them to. There has been disruption in the workplace. There's disruption as well with how he is bringing in money. And the Nine of Swords is underneath in reverse as well. So he has been stressed by this. We have the Star in reverse as well. And the Star is a very positive card when it is in the upright. When it is in reverse, it's a little bit cold and weird. I don't think Harry understands Hollywood. He doesn't understand creative types. He doesn't understand all of the drama. He doesn't understand the hyperbole unless it's coming from him. He's very kind of, he's found the whole thing very alien, very strange in a way. And it's also with a sense, I don't think he was expecting to be iced out the royal family quite the way he has been. He just thought everyone would suck up all his drama, and well, they haven't. Good for them. So I might be feeling iced out of that as well. We have the Page of Swords in reverse. So there's going to be some chatter. There's going to be some more chatter with Netflix coming up. There's going to be some more gossip. There's going to be probably potentially blind items. There's going to be stuff that he is going to be aware of in the public domain. And he's not going to like it. He's going to say it's cruel and it's misjudged and it's catty and nasty and all of these things. But he is not going to be happy with it. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse. That's a big no. And we have the Four of Swords in reverse as well. I think that contract's dead. There's an energy here with the Four of Swords, and I feel like one of the things, the Four of Swords, when it is in reverse, it is my death card. So there's potentially, I have to say this, there's potentially a passing around Harry. However, I feel like that passing could well be the Netflix contract and his relationship with some of the people at Netflix that he may have thought were his friends, who are not necessarily overly that impressed with him. I feel like it's his relevancy as well. When the Four of Swords is upright, it's a quiet time, it's a truce, and it's also stuff to do with hereditary and tradition on a more personal level. And of course, Harry's tradition and the things he things he has in his inheritance, like the titles and all of that stuff, they are passed down the family line, and he's further and further out from the family line as well. Let's have a look and see what they want out of all of this. Knight of Cups in reverse. They don't want to be seen as shallow. They don't want to be seen as uncreative. They don't want to be seen as messy. He's worried about being seen as a bit scatterbrained, as a bit all about the reefer and the mushrooms, and not enough about the work, if you know what I mean. He's very concerned about that. And coming out, Seven of Cups is in reverse. Okay, we're going to be getting some strategic moves from Megsy, but we're going to be getting some gaslighting from Harry as well. He is going to try and confuse the situation. This could also be Harry getting gaslit himself. So Megsy's partially blaming Netflix for not producing the content out quick enough, even though it's down to them and their creativity and not being creative enough. That contract is going by looking at Harry's and by looking at Meghan's. The door is closed, but Meghan's is more like, when you see a door closing, she's going to write, right, where's that social ladder? I must climb up it. I must get in with the next TV executive type of energy. With Harry, it's kind of like, oh, we're doomed. Let me have a look at, I'm going to use these real life tarot deck cards. Let me have a look at how did Megsy treat the staff at Netflix? Any member of staff, from the cleaners up to the CEO, up to the talent. Let's have a look. Oh, she went on in there, caffeinated, too much caffeine, too much full on, too full charge, 25 hours a day, 7 days a week. She is going in there and she is overpowering people. She's not being gentle at all. I'm sure that beige is just camouflage for her horns. With regards to moving things forward, all she's done is create obstacles and get in the way of the job being done. The job was meant to be being done quite methodically, but she's thrown in some curveballs there. You've got a removal man there. I don't feel like she's completely really aware of how much she has disrupted people just getting on with the things they need to get on with to get through the day. And there we have, this card always comes out for Meghan and Harry. We have Cupid crushed by a monster, Cupid splattered. She's doing this to herself, her hopes, her aspirations and dreams. I feel like she's been too heavy-footed with people. She's pushed down too hard. It's driven people away from her. She has behaved like a bit of a monster, and she doesn't understand that behaving this way is actually going to drive people away from her. Let's have a look at Harry. How's Harry treated the staff at Netflix? Oh, we've got danger in reverse. he's treated them at arm's distance in a way. He's been trying to wear a mask, but I feel like the Hollywood types, I feel like the creative types can kind of see through him. So they've been very wary of him being a hothead. Let's have a look. What else? Ooh, the cult. Yes. I feel like he is backing up Megsy with everything. He is just completely brainwashed by Megsy. He is just going in with whatever Megsy says. Yes, we're going to do it this way because I want an easy life. I mean, she's always right. He is just completely, through this Netflix process, being completely kind of steamrolled in a way. He's out of his depth, very out of his depth. Let's see what's leaving this coming in. Netflix, one of the things that Netflix don't like about them, right, is I feel like there's a level of fact checking that's going on, and we have the screenplay in reverse, and on that screenplay there is revision, and they have been kind of trying to correct the stuff that's in the media about them. You see it with them in Colombia, like, oh, Megsy, there was something like Megsy doesn't speak Spanish, and then she was like, sí, you know, yes, I speak Spanish. I can't speak Spanish apart from sí. And I think that, especially with Harry, there must have been discrepancies within Spare, within some of his published interviews, within some of the way he has handled himself around interviews as well, and what information he's been given to Netflix, what information he's been doling out. And there's an unhappiness and a dis-ease there with Netflix as well. So they're aware he is a little bit or a lot full of it. So it's not happy times. It is going to go Pete Tong. It is coming. Let me know what you guys think of the readings. Let me know if there's any questions you want to ask for the cards. Please leave me a little Merlin, a little black cat with some sparkles shooting out of his bottom if you've gotten this far. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you soon for another reading. Bye, everyone.